Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Rick and Morty season 1, episode 4. Today I'm gonna watch 2 episodes, that's gonna be cool. I already watched the 3 first episodes of this show. If you want to see my reaction videos about that, I'm gonna put the links into the eye. During the reviews of these episodes, I told you about how it happened, for me to react to this show, the fact that you guys on Patreon, you chose for me this new show. Really, all along the process, it was you guys who chose for me to react to this show, and I'm glad that you pushed me to watch it no matter what, because as you saw during these 3 first reaction videos, I had a lot of fun discovering this show. I knew that I would have a lot of fun. I knew that it would be that kind of mood, that kind of humor, that kind of jokes, like that they would go really deep with it, and it's not shocking me, it's not disturbing me, like I'm used to that kind of humor with... When I was young, it was South Park, it was also Daria. I don't know if some of you know that show, but I really loved it. And stuff like that, like The Simpsons, it's already like lighter. I don't know if I can say it like that with the jokes, but really that kind of jokes like in South Park, like it didn't surprise me at all. So I had a lot of fun discovering these 3 first episodes. But you saw also that I was wondering about reacting or not to this show, because you know that for my reaction videos I love to have stuff to discuss about in intros and reviews. Like, it's not just about the reaction part, my reaction videos, and also the kind of reaction videos that I want to make and that I love to watch. I know that some reactors, for them, it's okay to only do the reaction part, and I'm not judging that, but really for me, it's not like that. I don't want to be a streaming way, to watch the show for some fans. I really want to discuss with you guys about what is happening, about some theories, about analyzing how it's done, how it's written, the evolution of the characters, stuff like that. If you are new on my channel, just check, all of the playlists that I made for each show that I'm reacting to, and you'll see that the kind of show that I'm watching, it's the kind of show like you can make theories and you can analyze stuff like that. Not only the Peaky Blinders, Last Kingdom, that kind of shows, but also shows and animes like Attack on Titan, Mr. Robot, stuff like that, in which you can play the game, Westworld, right now it's Westworld. Shows for which you can play a game, try to understand stuff. I knew that I couldn't do that with Rick and Morty before discovering it, but I thought that maybe I would have had stuff to talk about, about how it's done and the cultural references into it. That was not the case with the first episode, but it was better with the second episode and the third episode. So I wondered, about that, and you saw at the end of the episode 3 the fact that I decided to watch and react for sure to this season 1, because I already appreciate the show, it's really fun to watch it. To react to it, why not for 1 season? Because you guys, you chose it on Patreon and I don't want to disappoint you. And also because I think that for a show like that, because of the fact that it's 1 episode, 1 story, it's really like that, and I'm not so sure in fact that we're gonna have evolutions for the characters for the entire season, for the entire show, like that we're gonna have really, stuff like that, evolutions like that, big stories like that. So 1 season, I think that it's okay, for you guys, for me also, like, it's a good deal, it's a good compromise, and I hope that you're gonna appreciate it. I hope that you're not too disappointed, and yes, that's what I chose to make on my channel. Maybe at the end of this season 1, I'm gonna be like, oh, it's so fun, it's so cool, that I'm gonna react in fact to the entire show, and maybe also because they're gonna change, that way of making it, maybe. But for now, it's like that. 1 season, it's cool. 2 episodes today. That's gonna be cool also. I'm expecting to have a lot of fun. I don't know what it's gonna be about. Is it gonna be about, again, a giant alcoholic, homeless guy exploding into into the sky and even his dick exploding like that on people? I'm not sure that they're gonna do it twice, but that was something, you know. Like, I already have some images printed into my eyes, into my mind with these 3 first episodes. But that was cool. Really, the 2 last episodes were really cool because we had that Inception references and also that one with, you know, them discovering how the body is working inside all of this disease and all, and it reminded me of a show that I was watching when I was young. So that was cool, you know, to have these 2 references. I'm expecting stuff like that mostly in a show like that, with like Rick and Morty, like it was the case also for South Park, you know. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro right now. Let's go for this episode. Remember that if you want, you have my Patreon, on which you have 3 episodes of advance, I think, something like that, and an extended reaction part. I didn't put 4 reaction parts yet, maybe at some point it's gonna come, I don't know. It's the best way to support me. If you want to support me, it's on my Patreon. YouTube, it's really rough. You can still support me by liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, that kind of stuff. But if you really want to support me, it's on my Patreon. Even more during the summer, you know, because it's a little rough during the summer for, I was gonna say for me, for reactors in general, and for people in general, you know, that you guys, you are leaving a little YouTube during summer. So if you want to support me, even if it's just for 1 month, it's on my Patreon. Let's go for this episode 4 of Rick and Morty. Oh, and thank you, I don't remember, I think that it was Chase who told me that it's the same actor who is playing, who is making the voice of Rick and Morty. I didn't know that at all. Thank you. If you have other informations like that, you know, for each episode or for the entire show, don't hesitate to share that kind of information with me. It's always cool, you know, to know that kind of information. And yes, I'm still a little sick. You know why.
This is just sloppy craftsmanship. Hey, Rick. Boy.
Why are you doing
really
that?
Especially beautiful out there today. Something about the air and just the way the sunshine is. Sure, buddy. Yeah.
Are you in love?
Brilliant. Very convincing.
I'm going to work. Morty, good morning. Dad, good morning. I'm going to work. Goodbye.
Are you a robot?
Oh, okay, you know what, Rick? You're acting weird too. Whatever. Quote unquote, Morty. Alright, well, I'll see you after school. Ow! I'm alright, okay.
Are you all acting weird? Something about?
Who can tell me what 5 times 9 is?
No!
At least 40.
Morty, that's exactly correct.
Not impressed.
It is at least 40. This is the best student.
Oi, oi.
I'm to be the teacher today. Teach us, Morty.
Interesting.
How do you make concentrated dark matter?
Oh, that's a good question.
Concentrate.
Do you know the answer?
Concentrated dark matter.
Do you still have the things into your butt?
I bet you've seen him make concentrated dark matter a lot. You know, if you tell us, I'll be your girlfriend.
Is it a dream?
Clothes off. Get in the shower right now. You gotta trust me, Morty. Oh, I'm gonna get
Why?
We're inside a huge simulation chamber on an alien spaceship. Wait a minute, what? What are you talking about? It's all fake.
Okay, it's not a dream, it's what you just said.
Monitor us? Who? Nigerian
Aliens?
scammers, Morty. The galaxy's most ambitious, least successful con artists. They're also really uncomfortable with nudity. Oh, come on, Rick. If everyone's just gonna be insane today, at least let me be insane with Jessica.
Yeah.
Morty, Rick, come on.
Thank you for hiding it. It's helping me for YouTube, you know.
Sir, they're still naked.
Well,
Oh,
check
you're
every
right,
5
Rick.
protons and tell me when they're not.
There's another real human in the simulator.
Okay, Jerry. Big pitch meeting. Take a break time. This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
Ah.
Human music. I like it.
Oh, Cherry.
We got the President of the United States in here. We need 10 cc's of concentrated dark matter stat or you'll die.
Oh, you're really obsessed with that.
And a special fuel I invented to travel through space faster than anybody else. These Nigerians.
That's why they want you.
But they made a big mistake. mistake this time. We're gonna scam the scammers, Morty, and we're gonna take them for everything they've got.
Can I put your butt in YouTube?
What are apples? Excuse me.
Fruit?
Apples are food. And when do we need food? When we're hungry. I give you your new slogan. Well, say something. You like it?
Yes.
I sold it? I sold the idea?
Yes.
Oh, poor Jerry.
Thank you.
Oh, my dear.
Hey, I just
That's a
sold
good
my
dream
first
for you.
place.
Hello.
Guess who just sold the apples campaign?
Who just sold the apples campaign?
Me! Well, all is forgiven because right now I got an erection the size of an East Coast.
It's the same people again and again behind you.
Beautiful wife.
Okay.
Hey, I'm going to make love to my wife!
Looking good.
Mommy!
Oi, oi.
I don't think we can perform our new song, The Recipe for Concentrated Dark Matter, for a crowd this tiny. You got that right, Rick?
Ah, you wanted a lot of people into that simulation.
Oh, yeah. Everybody over 32, this with your hand. Everybody with the red shirt, jump up and down.
You want to create a chaos.
Yeah, don't move.
Time to square root of your 8 plus 10.
Oi, oi. Okay. We have a glitch. She's not moving and you don't see the difference? That's bad, Jerry. That's really bad.
That's the best sex I've ever had in my life.
You are all alone.
You don't deserve this, but I'm a fraud.
Oi. You're in depression.
Out of the simulation, Morty. All it's frozen, Morty. We can get to the edge. Here we go. Holy crap! Come on, Morty.
Sir, they're over the edge.
Yes, they are. Just as planned.
Really?
Oh, this is going to be such a mind. Keep your eyes peeled for the central processing room, Morty. It's an obsession for them at this point. That's like Shaym-Aliens have been trying to outsmart me for years, Morty. Every time they do, one step ahead of them. Aha! Here we go.
Also like that?
I've got so many I can barely hold them all. Look at this. Oh, I dropped one. Don't worry about it, Morty. Come here, Morty. Gotcha. Quit it, Rick.
Why are you having so much fun right now? If it's a trap?
Wow, what do you know? That was easy. Once again, I'm flying away with everything I can carry, and this Nigerian's got nothing of mine.
Mr. Markovitz, do you have a minute to talk?
Yes.
I'm a fraud.
Yes.
Okay, I deserve that. I guess I'll just back up my desk.
Yes.
You're making your own dream a nightmare, Jerry. You're in depression, my dear.
No! The milk people don't have a patent on simple rhetorical questions. Completely different slogan. It's different. And I should be fired. I should be promoted.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's the most successful campaign to come out of this agency in a long time.
Yes.
I'm not saying it should win an award.
The fact that you don't see that it's not okay, Jerry.
Yes. Holy crap!
Huh. I thought I entered the code right.
Ooh, that's another simulation.
What's this? Well, what could this possibly be? Because it looks like you're inside a simulation.
Doctor's appointment to examine the discoloration on your butthole flaps was
Too loud, Cynthia. Too loud and too specific. We've known how to make concentrated dark matter for a long time. But now, we also know the code to your fabled safe. Until I get home before you and change the combination, you bunch of idiots. That is why you're never getting home. Get them!
Poor Morty. You're showing his little thing to hero. And now? How can you know their ship better than them?
Look, I want to say that today was the best day of my life. The truth is, it's more meaningful than that. Yes. Thank you, sir. I am finally complete.
Jerry. Can you see it now?
What the hell?
Oh.
What are you doing here? Why are you dressed like a waiter? Screw it, we don't have time. Come on.
Oh, do we want another Jerry? Ah! SpongeBob! Ah! Ah! Like it's also a simulation? Also fake? Ooh! I didn't think they would do it.
Check the engine room. We just need cesium, plutonic quarks, and bottled water.
Just that.
Okay, 2 parts plutonic quarks and 1 part cesium. Okay. Alright. Now empty the water bottle into the bucket and pour it all into the fuel tank so we can get the hell out of here.
And you gave the recipe.
No. Oh my god, Rick. You're inside a simulation of a simulation.
Of a simulation.
Another giant simulation.
It's beginning to be too much.
What do we do now, sucker? You simulated my grandson's genitalia? Bunch of diabolical sons of bitches.
And to be afraid of it.
I'm never gonna live this down. Alright, great, wonderful. You win.
Jerry is ready into the simulation.
Nice. Let me get a picture. Oh, look at his face. He's trying to figure out if he's in a simulation still.
Yeah.
Are you?
I thought of it.
Or are you? And by the way, I don't have discolored butthole flaps.
Sir, should I cancel that appointment then?
Yeah, of course
Cynthia.
you should. No, keep it. Move it up, actually, if you can. Hey, Jerry, don't worry about it. So what if the most meaningful day of your life was a simulation operating at minimum capacity?
You should try having a little respect for the dummies of the universe, now that you're one of us.
Maybe you're right, Jerry.
You gave a fake recipe?
I love you guys, and I love all your families. And the final ingredient?
Good job, Rick.
They blew up.
Stop burping, please. I'm sensitive, you know, to that. I'm wondering, I'm sure that at the end, you know, the fact that they are finishing with that song, it's a reference to something. But I think that I was not even born when that song was used at the end of maybe a show, maybe a movie, something like that, you know, as a conclusion. If you know from where it's coming from, please tell me that on the comments. Cool! That thing, you know, about being into a simulation of a simulation of a simulation of a simulation, I have an Inception feeling again, like they did. I think that it was episode 2, which was about that, which was mocking Inception a lot, the fact that you can enter into the dream of someone, of a dream, of a dream, of a dream. Right there it's a little the same with that simulation, that simulation, that simulation. The fact that at the end Rick understood that he was still into a simulation and he gave a fake recipe and stuff like that, how did he know? Maybe because he didn't recognize the genital area of his grandson? Maybe because they never watched it, Kevin never watched it, so he imagined something and it was not real? Maybe not, maybe just because Rick is such a genius that he guessed it. These aliens, are they gonna be enemies that I'm gonna have again and again into this show, at least during all of the season 1 that I'm gonna react to? I think that they can be good enemies, you know, to have back. Maybe not each time for having that recipe, but maybe for other stuff. It could be fun, you know, to have enemies like that who are coming back again and again. Really, I guessed that it was a fake world really quick, not only because of how the mother acted, but just the fact that I was gonna say the teacher asked such a simple question, but we saw before that they don't have such a good teacher, you know, way of teaching into this universe, so maybe not that. But Jessica being that much into you, that's it, I knew that something was wrong. I'm a little sorry for Jerry, and it's not the first time. I think that it's gonna be a character like that for who I'm gonna be... For whom? I don't know. I'm gonna be sorry maybe sometimes, you know, in some episodes. Like that episode with... It was the Christmas episode, so the last episode, in which, you know, he just wanted to have a human Christmas with all of his family, and in fact they were all doing crazy stuff, and the poor guy, he had to deal with it. No one is really listening to him and all. And right there, the fact that he couldn't see that it was a simulation, like to have your campaign working like that, to have your wife, such a good time at bed with your wife, the fact that you didn't see that something was not working, that she was not moving, and that you said that it was the best sex time that you had into your life, I'm really worried about it. The fact that you can't see the difference with your wife moving or not moving during sex time, and the fact that it was still the best moment of your life, I'm worried for you. But all of the rest, you know, all of that thing with his work, with that campaign, I feel sorry for the guy. Okay, he's a little stupid because he didn't see that it was a simulation when really they were not functioning well, but also because you don't have such a big dream, you know, for your life, and you were so much into it that you didn't see that it was a simulation, and that at the end you can cry that much because it didn't really happen. Yes, I think that it can be a character for whom I can be sorry plenty of times. That was cool, that moment, you know, with the aliens, the area, the development area of this alien, when they run into it, you know, and SpongeBob, I think that's the translation, you know, in English. In French it's Bob l'éponge. And also discovering the moon, you know, putting your flag on the moon, maybe it didn't happen, you know. All of that was cool references, you know, it was really quick, and maybe I didn't have all of them during the time that I watched it right there. Maybe I'm gonna have more of them during the time that I'm gonna edit this video, but that was a cool thing also to do, to put into this episode. That way, you know, of representing the aliens, creatures like that, but also the fact that they are so clever, but not that much clever because they need a weak recipe, and also the fact that they are organized like that between them. They have a bad organization, like in all governments, in all administrations. They are blaming each other. They have appointments, you know, medical appointments. That was a funny way to represent them, you know. Like humans, they are like humans, even if they are creatures. You know, in all of the shows, all of the different shows and movies, it's always fun to see how people are thinking of aliens, you know, how they are represented, you know, physically, but also their organizations and stuff like that. It's always different, it's always fun. You know my opinion about that. If you are watching my reaction videos about The Expanse, you know my opinion about that. But the fact that we are gonna be really disappointed if we are expecting that aliens, you know, things, humans, living things that maybe one day we're gonna discover in space, if we are imagining them like that, or like all of the kind of aliens that we can have in shows and movies, we're gonna be disappointed. If one day we're gonna discover a living thing in space, I think that it's gonna look more like a little bacteria somewhere than really something like that. At least that's my opinion. Okay, I'm gonna stop this review right now and I'm gonna watch one more episode of Rick and Morty. Remember that if you want, on my Patreon you already have the next episodes because we have 3 episodes of advance. No matter what, it's all for you for today and it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?